There is a place in America in the middle of the United States, in a town on the east side of Kansas City, Missouri, known as Independence, where you can be traveling along its highways and byways and not know. In fact, I'm sure you wouldn't know that in this town there is a special garden. This is a Christmas garden, a garden that shines at Christmas time. But this garden is not the usual garden, for you see, this one is not a flower or vegetable garden. It is a garden born out of tradition that is grown by loving caretaker who year by year adds something new and is even more delicately grown than any garden of the flowers kind. But here, let me introduce you to Garrett Jones, the caretaker of this Independence, Missouri Christmas garden. Mr. Jones, what can you tell me about your Christmas garden?
Trains kind of run in the family. Well, great-grandfather started with the trains when he came over here, and then my grandfather had trains, and my mom and dad had trains around their Christmas garden. So it was an automatic transition. When we were kids, we got trains when we were growing up. You're always adding something to it. That's why I've got the term garden. It's constantly growing on you. Like this year, basically lighting was some things that were dark before I kind of lit it up this year. Always adding to it. There's something that you want to make it just a little bit more refined. I try to go for as much detail as I can. What I get out of it, usually when the children come over, I really enjoy the kids coming over, ooh and ah, and then showing them the different things.
The Christmas gardens he is talking about have grown underneath Christmas trees for generations, starting as nativity scenes, then developed into local villages constructed by hand using materials found or purchased. As in times past, new Christmas gardens were started by children as they grew up and had their own homes, being improved upon until they have come to include toys, especially electric trains. But in Independence, this Christmas garden has been developed and cared for by more than human caretakers, for the human caretaker has added new things every year and improved the quality of the life in the village for its little lively citizen. Who are these lively citizens? An unusual kind of fairy, who dwell within the buildings he has constructed. What kind of fairies, you may ask? Fairies who have taken it upon themselves to care for the nativity scenes by Christmas trees. You see, they lived in the forest in the trees, and when trees were brought into the home to decorate for Christmas Day, they were brought in with them. When they saw a nativity scene in a home, they felt that it was their responsibility to care for them, so that people would keep remembering the true meaning of Christmas. But as time has passed, they have also taken on the responsibility of doing what they can to assure that the villages live on as long as they have a nativity scene in them, and thus they have followed the children as they have grown and started their own Christmas gardens. And through modern technology, we are able to show you the evidence of these fairies which the human caretaker does not know about. We will show you through video proof the evidence we have, and see if you can see, as we show the video, within this tiny village, the lively citizens living underneath the caretaker's Christmas tree in Independence, Missouri, USA.